spring update inside Raptor City, and it's looking great. This one is the Chompogo lychee. And the lychee's growing. More flowers. Tropic Beauty. This one here is our original peach tree we used to have in a pot, and now it's in the ground. You can see this one here is our Anna apple. We're getting some little blossoms about to start, which is nice. This one here is our mango. Now this is a grafted Allison mango, and you can still see we've got a tomato growing through it, which we've been harvesting tomatoes from, and that tomato grew from compost that we put in when we planted it, so we just let it grow. And those flowers have actually provided us with little baby mangoes. How cool is that? We'll be super happy if we get to have any of these mangoes. Hopefully some of them survive. And we have soursop. And this lychee here is a battying. Yeah, so there is actually a couple on here, so there's a couple little baby lychees forming. Over here is the tropical sweet apple. We did have flowers on here. They're dying off, but I don't know if we'll get fruit because it's very new, this apple, so we'll see. I've got a banana just here in the ground. See if it survives. It's just for chop and drop for the chickens. So a little pineapple. And then this is the updated passion fruit, which I did take a video of us doing this. I just need to create it and make it and put it out there. So I'll put a link somewhere, or you can go search for it once I've added it. So this one here is our blood orange. This was covered in flowers, and now we have a few little baby blood oranges. You can see that's growing right up and over now, which is nice. I keep it trimmed. The chickens really love. There's a couple of orchids I've put in here too, from Mum's old orchid stash. Hopefully they like it in here. Yeah, you can see I chop and drop a lot of stuff from the passion fruit and sweet potato for the chickens in here, and they really love bananas too. It's been raining, so just scratching up all the dirt. Look at these little fuzzy peaches. So the idea is I'm making a little mini food forest. So everything's just going to be like a bonsai fruit tree. So I can reach it, we can bag it or cover it and net it. Provides a bit of shade for our chickies. And the chicky poo helps fertilize the trees. So far so good. And we'll look at the rest of the yard. This one is an nasturtium. No. This one is a dwarf macadamia, which has a nasturtium growing in it. And then we just got our strawberry hanging pots. One has a lettuce growing out of it. This one here is the acerola cherry, starting to push out for us this year, which is nice. And if you notice, there's actually a tomato growing out of its compost as well. So we have to bag them again because the fruit fly are back out in force. But we've been getting lots of tomatoes off this guy and the tomango. This one here is the Bowen seedling, so we're not going to get anything off that for a long time, but Bowen, Kensington Pride. These two haven't been planted yet. That'll be a loquat, which I accidentally almost killed by forgetting about it. And this one here will be a plum. This one here is our kumquat. It hasn't flowered yet. It got demolished by grasshoppers last season, so I trimmed it and hopefully it starts to flower soon. These are our original 2 dragon fruits, which have just kicked off now that the weather is warming up. And the weather is definitely warming up. These are the other ones we got, and we only got them like a couple of months ago, and they're growing just as fast, so they really go quite dormant in that cold season. And this purple haze over here is sending off heaps of little shoots. Some of the new beds look so pretty. So we got some grape in there, some wormwood for the chickens, and some pretty flowers. And you've got some more nasturtium. Stevia, which I actually thought had died, and it's come back, which is lovely. And then we got the blueberry bush. And we're also getting heaps of the blueberry bush. There you go, you can see we've bagged them. They do get stung quite a lot by the fruit fly. Some we don't bag. So you can see there's some here that aren't bagged yet, but they're only flowers. You can see there's one in there that's not bagged. That's ready. But this blueberry bush has just gone really good now. There's 4 in there. And there is 3 blueberries in here as well. So I would say if we didn't bag those blueberries, at least 50% of those blueberries would be stung by the fruit fly. So this is a bit of a holding bed, so you've got another lychee in here and another soursop in here. It's a yellow cherry guava. This one here is our japoricaba. Strawberries, some bok choy lettuce and corn with a capsicum in the middle in this garden. I also did a build of this garden with, we've got the oyas in here, so you can't really tell how much water's in there. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of water in there still. Lasts about 3 days, the water in there. This here is our sprawling sweet potato. Now this garden bed was built for the asparagus. Asparagus is taking a long time to mature, and the sweet potato has just taken over. And just before we went away, some of these spikes were coming up on the asparagus. There was a good 5 thick spikes. See how thick those are? It would have been really nice, but I missed them. The timing wasn't right, so at least I know it's starting to mature. So I think there's 3 or 4 crowns in here. Some of those are only small. Some of them are getting bigger. a super dwarf Cavendish banana. This one is the mandarin, not doing too much. This one here is the veggies. There's the mulberry. There is a soursop under there, but this one here is going to be where the Atherton raspberry goes, because it seems to be super happy in this spot, and we've been getting a lot of raspberries off of this one as well. This one here is a strawberry guava, and we just planted it in here to hold it as in a holding bay. Have a go at how pretty its little flowers are. There's even little baby guavas in here already. How beautiful are they? That's pretty cool. This one here is the red cherry guava. And you can see it's getting some little guavas as well. Very cool to see this many flowers in its first season. Like, well, we've had it for a year, but the first year was too late to have a season. Very nice. And this one here is another guava. We actually thought this was dying. Its leaves all went real bad in winter. Real browned off, and it's really coming into its own again. No flowers yet, but lots of new growth. This here is our Panama berry tree. Now it's over a year old now. It's a year and a bit, but it is huge. And we keep cutting it down. We might cut those top bits off. But it is quite a thick trunk on that already. If you look at the size of my fist against that tree, that's a big trunk. Now, Panama berry tree is loaded with flowers, berries, everywhere. This is the heritage raspberry bed, but it's also where the passion fruit is planted. So some of them are starting to spring up again. And there's actually little raspberries coming up from down the bottom as well. So we'll probably have to trim them off. And see this? We're doing this as an experiment. This one here is the old stalk. So we're just seeing if we will get any more on the old stalk, if we'll get 2 flushes out of one branch, because it looked dead, but look, there's new growth, so we'll see. This one is the orange. There was heaps of new growth that had to be trimmed off, and then there's more new growth coming. It's only been a couple of flowers, but look at that Panama berry. It's crazy how big that is. It's loaded with berries. And this is a Queensland arrowroot, so we're going to try and do a lot of this for chop and drop as well. Some of our new additions. I planted some flowers around the bottom, but this one here is a mangosteen or tangosteen. He's there, so he's only just been planted. There's another one of those super dwarf Cavendish bananas. There's a little achacha. He's just been planted with some little flowers on the bottom. I can't remember what kind of flowers. Over here we have our black sapote. So we purchased him and had him in a pot for a year, and now he's been planted out. Lots of new growth, and these could be little fruits. Hopefully. Are they fruit? Wait and see. Fingers crossed. Could get some black sapote, chocolate custard tree. This one is the Grammy Charmer. He's one of the new guys planted out. with some seeds of flowers on the bottom. Some more Queensland arrowroot. This one here is the R2E2. This actually has little mangoes on it. This is the one I saw get pollinated by flies, of all things. I didn't see any bees on this whatsoever, so I was quite worried, but there's a critter. So I'm not sure what these flies like about the mango, but there you go. A little bit of pumpkin vine that we've planted. It's already got flowers coming, so that's nice. Hopefully we get female flowers as well. And this is one of our soursops as well in the ground. So yeah, I've been getting 4 leaves every day from my soursop and putting it with a bit of stevia and having a soursop and stevia tea every night. This one here is our original ladyfinger banana, which is huge. I think we do have some bananas. Where are they? We have some on the deck ripening, and there's also some up there which you can't see because of the sun. But yeah, that's those guys in our mini food forest. Hey, come. What are you doing? This one here is our original lime tree. So I've given it a bit of a trim. And I bagged some teeny tiny fruit because we only got a few flowers so far. And I don't know if you can see inside this little bag, but those little fruits have fallen off. So we have this ongoing fight with these sap-sucking stink bug things. I think they're called the bronze beetle. See that one there still on? So I've bagged it to try and prevent those little baby stink bugs from, they drink the juice out of the baby fruit and then the baby fruit falls off. So that one's currently okay. These ones here have fallen off already. So I've had this tree for so long. In the first season we got so many limes off it, and then the next seasons after that the bugs just come every year. So we'll see how we go. And here we have a dwarf banana. This one is the, I have a picture of it, dwarf Ducasse banana. Oh, there's a little Spidey. Hi Spidey, sorry I knocked you off. Now this garden bed here, it looks quite lush, but we had this little teeny tiny black bug come in and devastate our, you can see the bok choy there, but it was also all over our garlic, and now you just can't see any garlic left. So we will dig up this bed and see if there's any garlics that survived, but that's a real shame. Sweet potatoes kind of gone everywhere. There are some leeks in there, so we'll see if they have survived. You can see there's a leek there, so hopefully he's okay to eat. I can smell it. Yeah, I think the chickens can have these bok choys. We missed the optimal harvest time for these, unfortunately, but it looks like the leeks did well except for that little bug, so hopefully that hasn't affected that and we can still eat that. I'll wash it pretty good. So the sweet potato's gone crazy in here. The nasturtiums are loving it. So, you know, we're not professionals, we haven't done this heaps. Oh, there's a shampoo ginger, so hopefully it starts to come back soon. So anyway, what survives is what we will grow, and it looks like the sweet potato is doing well, and the leek, and I don't know if I try the garlic again, but look, there is no garlic in here whatsoever anymore, so I'll have to dig around. see what we can dig up. So this is our dwarf coffee plant. They are apparently poisonous to dogs, so we've got it in the front yard in a pot at the minute, but it will end up in this garden bed, which is what we used to call our little rainforest garden bed. But we have been cutting away the golden cane. So the golden cane, all the big fronds have been cut down, and we will slowly cut it back until it's gone, and then it will just decompose into the garden and help all the rest of the plants that are in there. We transplanted the moringa into here, and this moringa was doing amazing in a pot out the back, and then the dog snapped it in half, and then it grew back in the pot, and then we potted it in here, and then it died back, and now it's growing back again. So it does get quite a bit of shock, but miraculously comes back. So hopefully now it's in its forever spot and it will grow fast and create a canopy to make up for the golden cane that we've been cutting back. And right next to it we have planted a lamb-hass avocado, which we've also had for a year. It's just been really doing nothing. We're sort of worried that it's not going to survive, so this is its last opportunity. Hopefully it's got enough drainage. I put sand underneath it and we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. Some more of my acorns at the front on an old golden cane post. Down here we have this beautiful orchid that's starting to send out a flower. Here it is here. This will erupt into a beautiful yellow orchid. So can't wait to see that flower. This is actually our rainforest garden, viewing it from our pool deck, and we noticed that there's a orchid in flower. It's so pretty. It's a bit difficult to get a video from it because of the pool fencing, but I will try. God, how beautiful those flowers are. Very pretty. And again, it's up there with some acorns on the old golden cane stems. Some more over there. Need to trim this place back. There's even orchids coming through here.